And as we grow up in our adult age, we sort of attract our partners with similar ingredients, with similar makes, and we then try and change the outcome of that relationship. Namaste. I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to Astro Talks YouTube channel. As some of you know, my name is Ankita B and I am a healer as well as a reader on Astro Talk. We're doing these series, or this set of series, where I will be talking about relationships, giving you certain insight about relationships, about how there are certain patterns, how there are things like red flags, how do we change certain relationships, especially love relationships. Of course, this has also to do with the relationship that we have with ourselves, with the relationship that we have, other personal relationships, or work-wise as well. So today's video is going to be more about what or why are there certain patterns that are created in our love lives, and how do we go about breaking them is the second part of it. So without further ado, let me just quickly talk about how or why are there patterns in our life. So if you notice, there are times when you would find yourself in relationships, in romantic relationships, which are which either feel like they've become a stalemate situation, where we feel stuck. There's no movement, there's no growth between two partners. It's not progressing any further. Or you find that every relationship of yours, towards the end of it or towards the mid of it, it becomes stuck. It sort of is the same thing over and over being repeated. Now, these are patterns that we have in our relationships. And to be fair, the reason why these are created is from an early age. When we're young, we do see the relationship through the eyes of elders, or the sort of relationship that we have with them. In majority of the situations, it's the relationship that we have with our other parent. So for example, for me, it's the relationship that I share with my father in an early age, or for my brothers, it's my mother. And also the mixture of that, which means the relationship that we see between both of them. Yeah? So now, to give you an example, let's say my father was very busy managing the money flow in the house, and he was very occupied at his workplace, and he barely had time for me. So whatever time that I would get, whatever pieces or crumbs of time that I would get, I would do certain things which would grab his attention. So I would do clumsy stuff and things like that to grab his attention, which also means for me that I have a relationship with my father where he is almost unavailable. Now, for a lot of us, a majority of us, our first relationship is that. That's the ground, or that's the set relationship that we see in our life. And as we grow up in our adult age, we sort of attract our partners with similar ingredients, with similar makes, and we then try and change the outcome of that relationship. So for example, if my father was unavailable when I was growing up, I would start to attract a partner, a romantic partner, who's either physically or emotionally unavailable. Yeah. And then I would want to change how the relationship progresses, the outcome of that relationship, meaning from unavailable, he becomes available for me. He becomes understanding, he becomes loving and caring and doting and protective. The challenge here is, what we're doing is we're taking the ingredients of a tea. We're taking tea powder, we're taking sugar, milk, water. We're taking the ingredients of a tea. But at the end, we want the result or the outcome to be a coffee. Now, that's not possible. If you want coffee, you will have to change that one ingredient, which is, instead of tea powder, use coffee powder. And it's almost the same when you talk about our own relationships as well. you can't change the other person. What you can do is just you change your own reaction, you change your own vibration, you change your own the way you look at things. You try and create healthy boundaries for yourself and for the other person that you're in a relationship. And yes, hence you can actually change the result of it, and you can actually have a loving, doting relationship where you are understood and you both grow together as one. I hope this really helps, because going forward, I'm also going to talk about the nitty-gritties of how do we change certain things in our relationships so that we make them more harmonious, or we attract beautiful, abundant, prosperous relationships in our lives. I hope this really helps. Love and light to all of you. Thank you.